What up, everybody? It's MixxedAfro, record mix and master engineer. We out here in the 912 at my very own studio, Ends Meet Ends.
Alright, so you're originally from Savannah or no?
Not from the 912. I'm actually from 813, Tampa, Florida, born and raised.
That part. Alright, so then with you being in Tampa and finding your way in Savannah, was the music already a part of the Tampa life?
Yeah, I mean, since a young little man, I was a harp player in second grade, which is a very abnormal thing for a lot of people to hear.
Yeah.
And that kind of put me into the music world, and then from there I turned into a saxophone player, which to this day I still am doing, not so much on the harp anymore. And really the saxophone was what kind of sparked the interest of the recording, because I was kind of trying to make demos and whatnot to get out into the club scene, start playing a little bit, and so I started recording myself, and one thing led to another. I found somebody else that was just like, yo, I need somebody to record. Okay, I can record you. And then from there, me and him just kept on moving, and finally I decided, I was like, let me go to school for this. And that's where I really had to choose whether I was taking this serious or not. And from there, I graduated in 2015, and I've been full force ahead, man.
Yeah. Alright, so even with you making your way down here in Savannah, like, what was your first impression of Savannah? I want to say music scene in general, all that.
A lot of talent, a lot of potential even. And for me, I think, as far as what I think of Savannah, I think that with all the potential and all the talent, there should have been something already shaking. And I feel like there are definitely trees that are shaking, but I feel like we've shaken so many apples that we're like, all right, where are the rest of the apples? We need more apples. I'm hungry, I want more, but none of those apples are falling anymore. And I feel like, why is the bigger question? Why is nobody giving Savannah its props? Because it definitely is well deserved. I'm not from here, but I could tell that there's plenty of movement in every corner, and it's high time that Savannah get there.
That part. All right, and so for you, would you say it was difficult, easy for you to maneuver your way into getting yourself in the position that you're in right now to be in the studio doing what you love at the moment?
I don't know if easy is the word. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of, time to figure out what I'm doing wrong, to figure out what I'm doing right, and so when I first came in here, I was lucky. I was introduced to an individual that was able to connect me so far into the music game as it was moving. So it's just like it was never hard per se, but it wasn't easy. It was intermediate.
Yeah.
I was on the intermediate level the whole time.
Medium difficulty. All right, but so even with you getting your fitting into the door and so forth, and getting networked in the music scene and so forth like that, what did you? I want to ask you this: did you feel like that you started to actually learn the field of like engineering and so forth like that?
My time in Savannah has definitely been a lot of learning that field, and it mainly because it's like right after school, after college, I came here. I came to Savannah because my wife attended SCAD, and we just been waiting the time that she finished there. So it's like I've been here pretty much since. I think I spent 2 years down in Orlando just to kind of see about diversifying, and shit didn't really ever shake there for me. And I think it was mainly because I realized that I was going into a new playing field, trying to meet new connections and starting over again. It's like you're never really starting over, but you're definitely taking a few steps back to get back to it. And it's like in the 2 years that I was there, I was definitely more so in the internship lane, and it was in the lane of learning. And so it's like coming back here, I picked up a few things, came back here full swinging, and it's like, ever since I've constantly been learning, There's always something to learn for everybody.
Yeah. So wait, let me ask you this too, just your own definition, because some people don't even know necessarily. They get confused with the two as far as like, what is an engineer anyway in your definition, like by the books necessarily?
So I'm an audio engineer by technicality. You got like your producers. Producers are usually ones making beats. I know plenty of producers out in the area that are also trying to tackle on being an engineer, whether they're doing a great job or not, that's on them. But as far as an engineer, so basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the sound that you come in, you record, and I'm trying to make it better. You know, I'm still trying to give you, but I want to give you a little bit of me too.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like when people hear the music, that's really what it comes down to. Is, you know, you do 80% of the work, I'm gonna do the 20% left, and I'm gonna shine you all that little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's like 20% is not a lot, but
Yeah.
it's a lot when you know you really hear what the first 80% is from a lot of people.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you that in the sense of your opinion, because most people would reverse that and say that the engineers do 80%, kind of in the sense, and the artists do 20 or whatever, based on what they hear initially when the artist first records.
So the reason I say 80% the artists and 20% the engineers, because at the end of the day, I didn't create the song. I didn't come up with the idea behind what manifested or what inspired even. You know, it takes artists 80% because you got to inspire the idea, you got to put that idea down, you got to come out here and execute the idea. You know, whether you can execute it fast or it takes you a long time, you know, that's still a lot of work on the artist. For me, it's a lot of work, but 20%, the way I look at it is, I'm now taking what you gave me and trying to put a magnifying glass up on it and let everybody see the crystal clear picture, because it's like shit back in the 1920s when they were taking pictures, that shit was all messed up. You had to actually have a little magnifying glass to make it look better. You know, now it's like we have clearer picture. You know, you're in the same sense. That's what I'm doing, is I'm cleaning up the mud, I'm cleaning up, you know, whatever is making this thing sound like, for the consumer, like, I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah.
I'm giving them that 20% to say, I want to listen to this. This is it. This is a hit.
What do you feel anyway, like, that you possess when they come, and that you are able to spot out and look and see when you're actually, you know, working on the track, that sets you apart from other engineers?
I think it's just being, you know, I feel like a lot of engineers are artists at the end of the day, but for me, my end goal is always to, I'll put it like this. So my phrase is, there's one goal in mind, a diamond every time. When I say a diamond, you have a gold, platinum, and a diamond plat. You know, and it's like, with you or me and an artist working together, I'm trying to give you a diamond project. Like, my end goal when we're working through a project, from recording to mix to master, my end goal is to give a diamond project. And it's like, I don't feel like, it's not to say that other engineers don't put effort behind it, but I feel like the goal of making sure every part of your aspect is quality. You know, it's like from my mic to my preamp, compressor, EQ, pre's, up into how I record you in. Like, there's a lot behind it, and it's like, that's the science that I feel like I'm beginning to master. There's still a lot of work to be done, but you know, I'm beginning to master that science that a lot of engineers aren't thinking about. That science, you know. Yeah. And it's like, it's physics on the chalkboard that I got written down. You know, there's variables to this game, and it's like, it's even down to the knowledge that I have as far as what artists need to do as in the steps to get to where they want to be. You know, there's a lot of steps that people don't try to have those conversations and tell you, you know, or see where you are as an artist and what you're trying to achieve and where you're planning and willing to keep going. You know, and it's like, as an engineer, you know, I'm trying to provide the idea of, okay, you're doing this, when you're trying to get a tape out, when you're trying to get singles out, where are you trying to release those? All right, are you trying to get some kind of label deal, or are you trying to do this independently? If you're trying to do this independently, these are the P's and Q's that you need to make sure you're paying attention to, crossing your T's, dotting your I's type shit. And it's like, that's the part that I feel like a lot of engineers, that it's not that they're not thinking to provide that information, that's not the part that they're willing or caring about, because that's not their end game at the end of the day, you know? And it's like, my goal is to make sure everybody's progressing. Shit, you got a laptop at home and you need Logic on there, shit, I'll throw it to you. I got it, let's get it. You know, and it's like, I'm not trying to be here to be, you know, like, oh, I got all the access keys. That's not the case. I have the information that can provide you to get to those access keys, you know? That's what I feel like I provide that a lot of don't.
Yeah, got you. And for you, what is the end goal when it comes to this trade, in a sense? Is it to, like you said, like work with the bigger artists, to start your own studio and so forth?
For me, it's just to keep creating music. You know, at the end of the day, that's what I enjoy, but I want to see, I don't want to necessarily go and try to find people that are already established. You know, that's not the relationship I'm looking for. I'm trying to create the relationship like Drake and Noah 40 should build. You know, they started from the ground up, worked from the ground up, got each other into the game together. You know, and it's like, to be selfish is okay. You know, I'm selfish about myself, obviously. But to share the experience with somebody and actually grow with somebody, you know, that's more prevalent. You know, and it's like I wanna tell somebody the groundwork and help them get to those points, and then see them get onto the charts. You know, it's like it don't have to be the billboards or the mainstream charts, because some people aren't trying to make mainstream records. You know, but to get on a recognized chart, as far as, you know, something like iTunes. iTunes has been recognizing people getting on the reggae charts, the Latin charts, the hip hop charts, the R&B charts. Somebody that gets into the #1 for an X amount of time, I want to help somebody get to that. You know, I want to be a part of that growth and that progress, because it's like, to just jump in, that's easy. That's where the intermediate comes in. It's like, let's do this work together, you know, and it's like, that's where the extra percentages start coming in, and that's why engineers are like, oh, 80%, 20%. But to just start with somebody and say that, oh, I'm giving you 80%, you don't give me, nah, that's not right. You know? Right.
I feel you on that. I feel you. I know, even moving forward for like this year so far, like, what has been like the goal, the drive, and the motivation pushing you so far to keep doing it right now to this moment?
Man, so let me put it this way. About 6 or 7 months ago, I was about to throw this shit away, because, and it's not, I shouldn't say throw it away. I was about to give up because my hard drive, I wound up losing everything. And it's like music that I've had for 8 years type stuff that wound up crashing, and I sent it out to multiple different places trying to get it fixed, and I lost a lot of people that I've worked with here, their music. And it's like, you know, granted, they have their copies and stuff, but to say that I've lost it and say that, you know, if they ever wanted to revisit it type shit, I can't do that no more. That made me want to just kind of give up. And so now the drive, I got a kid, you know, so it's like, of course, you know, that's automatically just like, look, this is what you've been doing, this is what you're doing, so keep doing it, you know, let's keep moving and make it better. And so now my motivation after losing everything was, all right, from now on, everything's going to be 50% better. You know, I was already given at that time 40 to 50%. Now I'm giving another 50%, because it's like, nah, you know, if I'm going to lose stuff, I want to make sure that it's not something that somebody ever feels like they have to come back to, because I already did the end game and gave them what they needed. They already got it released, and they're making record, you know, charts and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't ever want to ever lose music again. So it's like, I changed up the whole perspective, and I got it like triple backed up and shit now. But, you know, you got to learn from shit.
yeah. That's a bit. All right, and for you so far though, what has this taught you, or what have you learned so far on your journey with being an engineer, like, that you apply to everyday life, if you can?
I think I kind of already said it. There's always something to learn. There's always something to learn, man. And it's like, you can feel like you've gotten there. And it's like, I feel like that is a big struggle for a lot of people, is to think that you've made it. And then when there's that one situation that sets you off and fucks up everything and breaks you and makes you realize, I ain't make shit. And it's like, I've had that happen plenty of time, where it's just like, you know, you have to fail to succeed. And it's like, I learned best from Michael Jordan. You know, it's just like, he failed so many times to become as successful, and for the picture to be reversed and painted, I'm always successful. Because it wasn't always like that for him, you know. And it's like, for me, I got to a point where I was sitting down just like, yeah, man, I'm doing the best, and I'm the best in the city. And then I had somebody come around that set me on my ass, and, you know, it was just like, you ain't even doing shit right. Oh shit, what? And then they put me on game, you know, shout out to MixxedAfro, put me on game, and it's just like, changed everything for me. And I'm painting the picture completely different. So
yeah, cool. I like
always something to learn.
Yeah. I want to ask you, this probably off the wall necessarily. Right now, with the music, it's a lot of I take the industry more so because it still applied with the real life, but more so with the locals or so for like that. But because sometimes, for example, I don't know if you ever had it, but as far as if someone was recording a diss song or something like that or whatever, and you know sometimes the opposite side, whoever's getting dissed or whatever, they want to blame everybody a part of like whoever recorded it, whoever was made the song, whoever was there, you know, the video it.
You know what? That's funny. I had a situation like that where it's like from the jump when the song got recorded and I hit the send button to this person. I'm just sitting there like, if this man releases this song, there's gonna be a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a part of them problems because it was with somebody that, you know, I already had relationship as far as friendship going and, you know, working with shit. So I wasn't trying to sever that connection, but it's like, look, at the end of the day, nobody's a part of the situation except for the person that's making the diss. You know, that's them. I'm just completing their end part. You know, I'm just helping provide.
Yeah, so you helping.
And it's like shit. If they ask me to mix and master it, which I hope they don't.
Yeah.
You know, but it's. To have my name associated with the diss song doesn't mean anything for me. I didn't inspire that. I didn't even expect that to be something that's happening in the session when they brought me the beat and said, hey, load this up. Okay, cool. And then they're getting into it and they're talking and I'm just like, who are they talking about? Oh shit, we about to have problems, but that don't include me. Shit, if you got a problem with me, let's just sit down and we can have a nice conversation. But nah, that doesn't have to do with the people that recorded it. Now shit, if the person that recorded it had situations with the person that's a different story.
Yeah, I like it. Alright, and right now though, but what's the future look like for you right now? Like, what can they expect? What are you looking forward to?
This year I'm really just trying to work with everybody, man. You know, I'm trying to take my last little bit of time here and invest it wisely. You know, I'm not working. This is my work. You know, and it's like this isn't work to me. This is fun. You know, and it's like I've been telling everybody, I'm hit me up 24/7. You know, you can get at me. I can't even talk. ITZMIXXEDAFRO at Instagram if you want to get at me. But I'm trying to work with everybody, man. I want to make sure to get my last little bit of year here because I'm gonna be moving